this list of things will hopefully help people feel empowered and not anxious. So yes, there's like all kinds of shit to be aware of, but if you focus on these things. So one is I've learned out of all the things I've measured, I literally have like billions of data points on my body over the past 5 years. If you distill that and say how many are useful signal, probably a few 100 million. But it's the largest data set in human history. The thing I care about the most is what is my heart rate before bed. It is like the most useful biomarker, and it's so easy because it's free. So if you have a wearable, you can just pull up your phone, see what your mark. So you lay down on your bed, take a few deep breaths, and you calm yourself down, and then you see a number. Let's say it's like 55 beats a minute or 60. Your goal in life now is to lower your heart rate. So you say you start off at 60, in a month from now, be at 55. And so the way you do that, one, is you have your final meal of the day 4 hours before bed. Yeah, I know, I hear you.
And no snacks?
No snack, no food. So if your bedtime's at 10, at 6 p.m., you're done. There we go. That's a great chart.
Got it.
So these are the things. So when you increase your heart rate before bed, it wrecks your sleep.
Yes.
When you don't sleep well, your willpower falls off a cliff. So the next morning, when you're trying to decide, do you eat the croissant or the donut for breakfast or not? If you haven't slept well, you're like 90% more likely to eat the donut or the croissant.
Wow.
If you slept well, you have a little juice in the system. You're like, you know what? No, it's not good for me. And I'm going to exercise, which then also increases your willpower. So you get in this really positive loop. So it all starts with sleep, and sleep is determined by your heart rate. So for example, 4 hours before bed, that is going to lower. So when you have that distance, it allows your body to digest the food. It allows your body to say, I'm going to get ready for bed. So it lowers your body temperature, lowers cortisol, increases melatonin. So your body's in a much better state to go to sleep and stay in deep sleep. The second thing is your phone needs to be off an hour before bed. You can't be in bed scrolling, working, texting. You need this separation because your body, the phone in hand, is going to increase your cortisol, increase your sympathetic activation. You'll be more anxious. And so you need an hour of separation. Instead of the phone, go for a walk, talk to a friend, hang out, like breath work, meditation, read a book, like anything but be on your phone that will lower your heart rate. And there's other small things. Like I do this nighttime discussion where I go to bed at 8:30. At 7:30 p.m., Sleep Bryan comes on duty. And Sleep Bryan is a version of me that defends my sleep. And so all the Bryans line up. So Ambitious Bryan lines up. He's always the first one.
He wants to work.
And he's like, I got a fucking banger idea, right? A brand new thing we're going to do. And Sleep Bryan says, we see you, Ambitious Bryan. Like, you're doing a good job in life. Like, keep at it, man. Also, we're getting ready for bed. So we're going to write down your idea, and then tomorrow we'll come back to it. And Ambitious Bryan's like, are you sure? And Sleep Bryan's like, yeah, we got you. So then he goes away. Then Anxious Bryan shows up. And he's like, yo, today when you were with Theo, you said that thing and you were a jackass to him, right? And it's like, thank you, Anxious Bryan. Great self-awareness. Appreciate you. We're going to write that down. We're going to hit Theo up tomorrow, make sure we're all good. And then like all the Bryans line up. And so you know this.
And even Bryan ever show up, he's like, hey, let's stay up.
All the time.
Yeah.
Dude, right?
This Bryan is freaking, leave me alone, Bryan.
Yeah. So you'll see this, like whether you do this or something else, the way this manifests is if you don't do this, you put your head on the pillow and then you loop, right? Like you have these thoughts that just like go and go and go, and they're the same thoughts. And then you finally fall asleep. You wake up 3 hours later, there they are again, looping. And so they cause your heart rate to go up, which causes your sleep to go down, which crashes your willpower, which crashes everything else. So by doing this like internal harvesting, like you're trying to clean up, you're lowering your heart rate, you're settling yourself down, you're getting to some point of reconciliation. So now you've not eaten for 4 hours, you've got off your phone, and you've got some kind of internal balance. Now you're ready to like, I can put my head on the pillow and have a decent shot at a banger night's sleep. And so basically I built my entire life around sleep. Now, if you focus on that, it's just like so much of life is just not doing bad shit. Right? This is like what we talked about before of like, whether you're happy or not in life is how much you're doing, which you actually don't want to do.
Yeah.
And then like all the other stuff, like all these little things about this and that, like don't worry about it yet. Just get sleep in place, get these basic habits in place. Your sleep is gonna make you feel great. And then once you get that in a steady place, you can start layering on good habits. But if you take on too many things, you'll feel overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So like get that in place. That's like the winner.
Dude, it's like there's nothing better than when you like, oh, I'm going to sleep. Man, it
How's
almost,
your sleep?
What'd you say?
How's your sleep?
My sleep's okay. It's
Yeah.
not that great. A lot of times I stay up editing, but
Yeah.
but I also have gotten trapped into a late pattern. So it's like I could get up earlier. It's just like I have to line it up earlier.
Yeah.
I could get up earlier, get rid of like the working out, the meditation. I'll do like some Zoom, like recovery meeting stuff, and then all that's out of my head.
Yeah.
And now the rest of my day feels easier no matter what I'm doing, as opposed to these things being later in the day and that I still have to do them. That's one of the biggest traps I set myself up for, is procrastinating like the toughest things right out of the gate. And they even get easier over time.
Yeah, that's right.
We just took a urine break. Dude, I pee long when I pee, dude, because I drink a lot of fluids during the day.
Yeah.
Is that good or bad? You think, does it matter?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you cut off fluids at a certain time at the end of the day so you don't wake up to pee at night?
Yeah. So I measure, what I did is I measured my fluid. So when I exercise and when I'm in the sauna, I'm able to exercise how much I measure how much I sweat. So Gatorade has a patch. You just put it on the inside of your forearm, and then it gives you how much you sweat and also the content of your sodium. So you have like a kind of a baseline. And then you have an idea of like, you can back into how much should you consume, and should you supplement with the sodium, or do you already have that? So yeah, I consume about 120 to 130 ounces of water per day, so a lot like you. I front load it in the morning, and I stop around 4 to 5.
Ooh.
So yeah, so that then helps me lessen the number of times I need to get up. So sometimes if I'm lucky, I'll sleep the entire night. And then other times, like probably half the nights, I'll get up once. But yeah, I try stop fluid towards the end of the day to stop getting up at night.
So you'll stop it kind of right after you eat dinner?
Yeah, because I eat dinner at like 11 a.m., noon. I have my final meal of the day around noon.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
And when do you have your first meal then?
When I wake up at 6.
Okay.
I wake up like at 4 or 5. Like 4 or 5, and then I'll have breakfast before I eat.
So you eat breakfast?
Yeah, it's like
so many things that are like, don't eat breakfast. I feel better when I don't eat breakfast and I eat later in the day, and I keep it into a smaller eating window. But you don't, that's not your practice.
Yeah, like do your thing, right?
Right,
Like,
you're saying do your thing.
yeah, exactly. I do your thing. But I built my life around sleep, like unquestionably. So the reason I do that is because if I have my last meal around noon, my heart rate before I go to bed will be around 41, 42, 43 beats per minute, which if I have that, I will have a perfect night's sleep. I'll get like 4 to 4.5 hours of restorative sleep. I'll fall asleep within 1 minute. Half the nights I will not get up. Other nights I'll wake up, I'll be back to sleep within a minute or two. And so, And then once I have that kind of sleep profile, like I feel like I can take on life. When I don't sleep well, it's like, oh man, it sucks. I hate how I feel.
Everything goes downhill. Everything does. The way I treat other people, the way I treat myself, like you're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, last night's sleep was bad. Might as well wreck the rest of the day. There's this.
There's
this like regenerative thing that sort of continues to happen.
Yeah.
Do you take any supplements for sleeping?
I take 300 mcgs of melatonin. So that's not to be confused with a milligram. It is like 1/3 of a milligram.
Okay.
So very, very light dose. That's all I take.
In a powder or chewable or what?
Just I take a plant-based melatonin. Yeah, instead of synthetic. But otherwise, like people have their sleep stacks. They have like the magnesiums and like cool, but I just don't need it. What I've learned is that the body is a clock. It loves consistency, and so we've measured this where your body wants to it runs certain biochemical processes on certain time frames. So for example, if your bedtime is 10 p.m. and you miss it, you say like, I'm going to go to bed at 2 a.m. today, but I'll make up for it. I'll sleep in till 10 and get my full 8 hours. It doesn't work like that. So at 10 p.m., your body has a trash collector that rolls to the body and it picks up the trash. If you're not in bed at 10 p.m. and asleep, the trash collector doesn't come and the trash accumulates in the body. And so it's more important to be on time and consistent. Otherwise, like the body's processes can't do its thing. So that's what I've learned is like, you have to treat the body like a system. You can't just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna like power over it or like run. Like, you can't. Like the body runs on certain principles of biology. You can't overrule it.
Wow. And it kind of makes sense because even your brain, like your brain's main job is just to keep things organized. Your body just wants to, a system just wants to run in an organized fashion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, like when we first started talking, is like you have a plan, you have a routine, like it feels good. You like it mentally, it feels good. The body feels good. It's just better to have that.